Breakdance 2.7 has arrived. It includes some nice upgrades for sliders, a new way to display prices in WooCommerce, multiple accessibility improvements, and some helpful compatibility tweaks, in addition to, of course, a few bug fixes. This is Elijah from the Breakdance team. Let's dive into what's new in Breakdance 2.7. Breakdance's advanced slider element already has a huge number of options to make it customizable, but we've added a new one. Under Settings and then Advanced, you'll find a new toggle labeled Sync with another slider. Once you enable it, you can choose a slider to sync with. This essentially allows you to have one slider trigger another. So when we activate this slider, the image slider over here also activates. This enables you to create some really cool eye-catching effects that weren't easily possible before. We've also added the ability for buttons to control more types of sliders, not just slider elements. That means you can make custom control buttons for galleries and WooCommerce product lists when they're using the slider layout. Plus, to make sure Breakdance sliders are mindful of accessibility needs, sliders will no longer autoplay for users who prefer reduced motion, even if you have autoplay explicitly enabled in the settings. We've also made accessibility improvements in other elements too. Testimonial star ratings and icon list icons are now marked as decorative icons via ARIA Hidden. Search element controls now use real buttons with proper labels, and the post list element has a couple of new accessibility options. For starters, the image alt text is based on the post title by default. You can disable this if you'd like. Additionally, the buttons have accessible read more labels. This label can be changed under the button settings where you'll find the ARIA label control. But it doesn't stop there. Under Breakdance Settings Advanced in the WordPress admin panel, you'll now find the ability to enable an accessible skip link for your entire site. This allows users who navigate via a keyboard to more quickly jump to the main content on the page, which will also be wrapped in a main tag when this option is enabled. And it's on by default for all new Breakdance installs. Breakdance 2.7 introduces a new way to display your product's regular and sale prices. The product regular price and product sale price dynamic data points. Let's go ahead and drop in a text element, and then we'll choose dynamic data. And if we look under WooCommerce, we're going to see the product sale price and product regular price options. This allows you to display each price individually in different text elements. So let's drop the sale price into this text element. Under dynamic data, we will choose product sale price. And now we have both prices individually displayed in separate text elements. This differs from the original product price element because it does not provide a way for you to separate out each individual price. By breaking the prices out into separate elements, it opens up a lot of new design options. For example, you could put the sale price inside of a masker and display it on your product page like this. You could even take this masker and set it to only show if the product is on sale. Or you can do something a little bit more subtle, like indicating with some prepend text that this is the normal price. If we go to Advanced, we can say normally. And then for the sale price, we can do the same thing, but instead of saying normally, we'll say now. Now let's go adjust the typography a little bit. And let's do this one as well. Under Design, Typography, we'll just adjust the font size to something like 25 pixels. Now we can get rid of the product price and continue to design this product layout. In Breakdance 2.7, form elements such as the form builder, login, register, and forgotten password forms, and comment forms are able to use button presets to style their submit buttons. This allows you to differentiate them from the default primary button style without having to custom design each one, keeping everything consistent and professional. Administrators can now choose to hide the design library feature in the WordPress admin menu, which also hides the Quick Start menu item. If we tick Hide Design Library on this website, save, and then refresh, you'll note that the design library and the Quick Start items disappear from under Breakdance in the WordPress admin panel. With this setting enabled, it will also hide all of the design sets besides this website in the Builder interface. As an additional option, you can also tick Hide Design Library in Builder to hide the design library completely inside of Breakdance. If you use TranslatePress, you'll now be able to use its translation editor on pages and posts that use Breakdance templates. And for MemberPress users, Breakdance now loads its assets through WordPress hooks instead of buffering the full template output. So MemberPress ready launch screens will render correctly even when Breakdance templates are active. This change doesn't only improve compatibility with plugins like TranslatePress and MemberPress, it's a wide-reaching change that ensures Breakdance works more seamlessly with a variety of LMS plugins, form plugins, and many others. In Breakdance 2.7, you'll be able to use a number of new Breakdance commands via WP-CLI. You can check directories, clear the cache, create directories, export settings, import settings, perform a soft reset, and much more. You can now use advanced custom fields URL fields via dynamic data for background images. First, find the URL of the image you want to use. Next, plug it into your advanced custom fields URL field. Then, in Breakdance, go to your background image settings, choose dynamic data, and select your URL field. This release includes other bug fixes and tweaks as well, such as our new, smarter layout logic for masonry-based loops. Since Breakdance 2.5, you can use a beautiful masonry layout for loop elements. And now you won't ever see unsightly overlaps when the images first load in. Other notable improvements, fixes, and changes include a smaller plugin file size, reduced from 12 megabytes down to around 6, and we added a new filter allowing developers to prevent Breakdance from overriding the template on specific pages, which can be useful when dealing with plugins that have their own templates for rendering content. You can find a full changelog for Breakdance 2.7 on our blog. I'm Elijah from the Breakdance team, and that's what's new in Breakdance 2.7.